Hello, welcome back to the Life Short Talk Fast podcast. My name is Tiffany Jackson, and I am your host. And today, I'm not feeling it. I have got post-Christmas blues. We're in that weird 2 weeks before New Year's where everybody's like, I don't even know what day it is most of the time, you know? So let's just chat. Let's just talk. Maybe, how was your Christmas? If you celebrate Christmas, did you have a good time? Did you get good presents? If you got presents, okay. So, post-holiday blues. From here until I think about, January 10th or so, it's going to be pretty bleak, pretty morose here. Oklahoma has finally gotten cold. We are entering our cold, wet, rainy season, known as winter. But it sucks. Pouring down rain the last couple of days. It's been just a rough couple of days weather-wise. Had a good turnout at Christmas this year. I messed up a little bit on Christmas dinner, but hey, what you gonna do? I didn't cook the baked beans very long, and they were a little crunchy. But my mac and cheese was a big hit. Huge. So anyway, let's talk about movies. So the movies that my husband and I were watching on Christmas Day happened to be movies that we were rewatching in our queue. If we buy a movie that has a DVD copy and a Blu-ray copy, it cycles back through the queue. So yesterday we actually watched Don't Worry, Darling again. And I forgot how much I actually enjoy that movie. Listen, drama of that movie aside, it kind of hits me right at my alley. I recognize that the plot is very recycled, and once you figure it out, once you know the twist of that movie, it doesn't hit the same, does it? There's a lot of things that I start to question, like, spoilers ahead, by the way. If you've never seen one of my review the cues or me talking about Gilmore Girls or anything like that, I'm spoiler heavy, so if you don't want spoilers for a movie that's been out for a couple of years, bye. But, stick around if you want to hear about Don't Worry, Darling, and my problems with it. So, the biggest questions for me kind of center around the whole discovery of the fact that it is like a VR program, pretty much. Where did the plane crash come from? I don't remember if it was actually explained in the movie whatsoever, but the plane crash that Florence Pugh sees, Alice sees, out the window of that little trolley thing that they ride through town, and she's like, well, I have to go check it out, and she goes and she checks it out, and she can't find the plane, she can't find the pilot, she can't find anything, and then she finds this building, and she passes out. Where did the plane come from? Makes no sense to me. Olivia Wilde's character comes off as a little sussy once you figure out that she's known this whole time that most of the women in there are there non-consensually. That these women are in there because the men in their lives wanted a trad wife, and they wanted the 1950s ideal without actually doing any of the work or actually, finding a partner that respects that. Olivia Wilde seems a little bit sus to me. I don't care if she was, trying to reconnect with her dead kids and be with her dead kids. I honestly respect that, understand that so much. How can you condone the treatment of the other women in the program, though? How can you be okay with that? I will say, it was a nice twist having Frank just be a podcast bro, one of those alpha male podcast bros. That was an okay twist. It was a very modern twist on, say, a Stepford thing, and I understand that's what they were going for. And the visuals in the movie are great, but this whole movie is a really good summation of style over substance. I love the look of this movie. I love the feel of this movie. And honestly, the performances are not that bad. Florence is acting her damn ass off, but she does in just about everything that she's in. I've seen Wrestling with My Family, and even in that, she is acting her butt off, okay? I'm so sorry I keep wiping my nose. That's so rude. Oh, goodness. It's just one of those days. you know, one of those allergy moldy days where my nose decides it's going to run all over the place. Anyway, I really do like Chris Pine as this villainy sort of dude bro at Frank. Like, I really liked it. Gemma Chan is honestly gorgeous and statuesque and perfect in every way. I don't really like Nick Kroll's character. It feels like he's playing a very large parody of himself. I do appreciate Nick Kroll as an actor. Fun fact, we rewatched Sausage Party recently, and Nick Kroll plays the douche in that, and he originally recorded that with like a evil British accent, sort of Disney villain-esque, and once he realized that he sounded very Disney villain-esque, he was like, you know, maybe we should record this whole thing. Re-recorded all of his lines for that movie in a 4.5-hour power session. Like, hats off, man. That takes some work. That takes a lot of breath control. That's got to be rough on your throat. Like, God bless, man. That comedians are workhorses. Not saying that, you know, dramatic actors don't work or don't work as hard as comedians, but damn it, comedians are usually the ones in the trenches doing the hard work and doing the work over and over and over and over again, you know? I'm not saying that dramatic actors don't do that, but when I hear about somebody working really, really hard, it's either somebody doing their own stunts or a comedic actor going over the scene over and over and over again with as many different jokes and takes as they can fire out at once. Like, their brains are going like this, you know? But anyway, back to Don't Worry, Darling. Olivia Wilde's actual performance in the movie is Olivia Wilde. I don't like her or dislike her as an actress. I think her as a person, like, that was rough to go through for anybody, even if it is, you know, a mess of your own making. Just saying. But her character, like I said, though a fairly minor one, brings up a lot of questions that I have about this particular society. Not only the fact, like, was she the only one that knew? Or did other wives know as well? Like, I mean, we know that one woman, God, I forgot who played her, and I don't have my phone on me. But, you know, she knew, and then she killed herself. So I can only imagine what the other women would do if they, you know, figured it out as well. See who else? Mr. Harry Styles. So originally, I was not sold on his performance. I thought it was pretty generic. And then we get to the twist, and we find out that the reason why his accent sounds so wonky is because his character in real life is American, and it's a fake British accent. And I just gotta say, God bless Harry Styles. Like, God, you got me this time. And it's kind of like when I saw Nick Jonas in what movie was it? Oh, the remake of Midway. Like, excuse me, Mr. Jonas, where have you been hiding that talent? My goodness. Don't get me, I've seen Nick Jonas act in a lot of things, but no. Okay, just he will always be like a Jonas brother from Camp Rock for me. And I recently watched Amanda the Jedi's video on Camp Rock 1, and God, I forgot how bad it was. How the plot makes no sense whatsoever. Like, they were trying to capitalize on both, like, the High School Musical formula, Demi Lovato's talents, and then the Jonas Brothers all at the same time, and it didn't gel, and it didn't mesh, and I feel sorry for each and every one of the young actors and actresses on those movies, because I have also seen Allison Stoner's podcast about her time on Camp Rock. I have also seen a lot of her podcasts about her work as a child actress, and I am so impressed with how she's kept going. I'm impressed with how a lot of these young actors and actresses have just kept going. Like, hats off to you. I can't even imagine how some of these people feel, you know? But back to Don't Worry, Darling. Again, the biggest crime, I think, in this movie is cutting out a burlesque routine done by Dita Von Teese. Why even bring on Dita Von Teese? Like, are she and Olivia Wilde besties? Does she know one of the producers or something that she's like, oh yeah, I'll do it for you, no problem? I would have liked to see the whole thing. There wasn't even a deleted scene of it. Like, what the hell? And I think the last thing I want to talk about with Don't Worry Darling is the visuals that they do when they're kind of inducing the VR hypnosis thing. The dancing that those women do with like their legs moving in a certain way mimic not seizure, but coma exercises that you put people who cannot move or use their legs through to, re-strengthen their legs and make sure that their muscles don't atrophy. And I just thought, well, you know what? That's actually pretty cool. I'll give them that one. And that's my last thing on Don't Worry Darling. It's a fun watch. It's not really a good movie. It's pretty generic. If you've seen a Stepford movie or something akin to Stepford, or if you've seen The Truman Show, you've seen Don't Worry Darling. Now, something else we watched on Christmas Eve. We watched Tales from the Crypt presents Demon Knight. Let me tell you, watch this on our anniversary as well. It is by far my favorite Tales from the Crypt thing. Either an episode of the shows or one of the movies. No, I don't like Bordello of Blood as much, but Demon Knight, it hits me right here. First of all, Billy Zane, powerhouse performer in that. You can tell he is having the time of his life. Okay? He is being the zaniest of the Billies at that moment, which is something my husband said to me the first time we watched it. We were both just sitting there absolutely giggling, because I had not seen it before, and he'd only seen it as a kid, and we were just cracking up, and he looks at me and he goes, he's being the zaniest of the Billies, and I cannot get that out of my head ever again. And honestly, I didn't mind Jada Pinkett in it. I really didn't. Recently, I have come to find that I don't like Jada Pinkett Smith at all, and I think the majority of people who have kept up with anything post-Oscar slap genuinely likes Jada at all, and if they do, I'd like to have a chat, just kind of talk. I just want to talk. I just want to know why. Do you need help? Are you okay? Bless, but I mean, every performance in Demon Knight is so good. Thomas Hayden Church, CCH Pounder, Dick Miller, such good performances, such solid performances, not something that you would expect from a damn Tales from the Crypt movie. Not only that, but this was the first time that Tales from the Crypt had kind of started to delve into the digital medium. So there were some more digital effects that, paired with the practical effects. And my goodness, the practical effects were done by Rick Baker's team. If you don't know who Rick Baker is when it comes to, SFX or anything like that, look him up. His credits are innumerable. He's a legend, honestly. Rick Baker is one of the original, horror movie guys. Love him to death. And Demon Knight has some of the best, prosthetics and, honestly, some of the best... just the best visual effects I've seen in a long time, Oh my goodness. Okay. So, Demon Knight, one of my favorite movies. It was wonderful. It was great. Let's see. What else did we watch? Trying to think. We watched quite a few things because my husband happened to be off Christmas Eve and happened to be off Christmas Day. Actually, he's off Christmas Day because his job is closed on Christmas Day. So, thank goodness for that. But let's see, what else have we watched recently? We watched Sausage Party, which I really do enjoy Sausage Party in small doses. I can watch it maybe once every couple of years and then I'll be good. It's not really my type of humor. I don't really dig potty humor that much, and so it does get a little grating for me. I do respect Seth Rogen as an actor and as a writer. Honestly, he's incredible. I will say there's a very cool little featurette on the DVD, and I'm not sure if this promo for it actually aired, but it's Seth Rogen dressed as Walt Disney from The Wonderful World of Disney, and he talks about the animation department for Sausage Party, and it's spot on. It's hilarious. I recommend like looking that up on YouTube, and just that, if you don't want to watch all of Sausage Party, because his Walt Disney impersonation is worth it. And honestly, I think those are really the only ones worth mentioning as far as reviewing the queue for this Christmas season. This is not one of my overly long, drawn-out episodes. I kind of was all over the place, but like I said, we're in this weird twilight period between Christmas and New Year's, and your girl's tired, okay? Having a small child at Christmas, while fun, is also exhausting. I'm not saying that other people at Christmas aren't exhausted, but let me tell you, having a kid, Lord. Also, you never realize how many people can buy toys for your kid until you hit Christmas or his birthday, which is in 3 months. Oh my god. Okay, anyway. Yeah, my kid turns 5 this year, so it's just big milestone birthday, and it feels so weird. So weird to me that he's going to be 5 this year. Anyways, I'm going to check out. Got some laundry to do, got some stuff to do, but I hope y'all had a very Merry Christmas. I hope y'all have a safe and wonderful New Year, and I will see you in the New Year. I love y'all. Bye.